morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you. Welcome back to the Beta Plan, playing Planescape Torment. And well, this time around, I have done as I said. I saved the environment, and I've picked up everything that we left behind and sold it. Even more so, I have sold another few little things, and I identified the Club of Nettles, which is actually a pretty darn good club for the beginning of the game. Because 26 crushing, that's normal for a club, but causes confusion. Also, you hit easier. Pretty good. But I'm not a thief. So I am willing to sell that, but I only got 600 copper for it with the man Quentin, the dealer of junk. So I thought, I might get a better price somewhere else, because this game does have different prices at different shops. This wall looks like it's all ready to collapse at any moment. The stones are loose. And what else? And it's riddled with holes. Well, that isn't good. But let's talk to this man, Ojo. You see a burly man with a slack jaw. The spark of intelligence is in his eyes a little more than a brief flare. Who are you? He blinks at you. Point at him. Who are you? Ojo. Okay, Ojo, I had some questions for you. Ojo just stares. What are you doing? Ojo talk. He stops abruptly and begins massaging his hand. Examine his hand. There's a small inflamed scab on his skin. As you watch, he peels the scab away again. What happened to your hand? Bit. Who bit you, Ojo? Ojo looks towards one of the walls and turns back to you. Eyes narrow and the corner of his mouth twitching. Who are you? You leave. Just want to ask some more questions, Ojo. No, you leave! He becomes agitated. I just had a few questions. He stumbles over to a corner and sends into it, turning himself away from you. No amount of cajoling will convince him to look at you or respond to you. We may need to come back later then to talk to Ojo, eh? Because he's acting many weird.
Alright.
Oh, there is something we can open. Free fingerbone charm, don't mind if I do. Just buried villager. Oh, don't mind if we rob you a little bit of your coin, sir, and immediately get out.
Done.
Nope, we cannot. That's very good in thievery. Taking money away and then just staying around for a while.
What's up?
Sure, nobody gets annoyed. Yeah, in this game, actually, they don't mind. Do that, for instance, once again in Pillars of Eternity, and you are in for a little bit more trouble. Can we also enter this house? Yes, I think we can, don't we? Yes, we can. And also this fine lady has some copper coins for us. Do you think it may accrue you some chaos points if you do too much? I don't know. Let's talk to Ooh here. This sour-faced, middle-aged man starts when you approach him and reaches for his belt. Finding no weapon there, he simply backs away from you. You can see that behind his collector's robes, his lower legs and forearms are swatched in filth-encrusted bandages. What do you want? Could just get some answers. He nods, but says nothing. You're covered in bandages, man. What happened to you? Well, I got a bit by a ghoul down below while I was looking about for stuff to sell off. Down below? He nods his head. Down the catacombs, where old Deaders is. Say, you're going down any time? Oh, perhaps. Why? Because I lost my lucky knife. He grunts angrily, stomping his foot. He's been with me for years, right here. He points to an empty sheath on his belt. So what happened to it? I was poking about in the catacombs below and ran smack into a ghoul. Must have been a straggler because there's usually more than one. Bit at my face, so I covered up my arms and stabbed it in the eyes. It dropped and bit at me leg for a while before I shake the piker off. Made it back up here. Quite a story. I'll bring back your knife if I can see it down there.
Updated my journal.
Would you? I would be grateful so you could. Let's get me name carved into the handle. I'll be glad to help. But before I go, I have some questions. He nods at you. So what are you doing? Waiting for my wounds to heal up so I can make another run down below and sell some stuff I found out there. Yeah, that down below, you talked about that before. Ah, you don't want to go into that. Alright. Did see a door here. Yeah, there is a door here. Oh! Cranium rats!
Your face is just
begging to be kicked. Yeah, we know. And that's exactly what we're doing. And I think this is about the minimum they need. Like 5 reds or so is what gives them the ability to cast spells. So, I don't know if it were 5 or 6, but that at least when you taunt one, that means, well, no spell casting by cranium
Did you
rats.
see that?
And that's kinda good.
Alright.
Because they have low health. But when they get together, yeesh. And trust me,
Sure,
for
why
now
not?
they seem very simple, but we'll probably get to the point. I can, well, you probably expected that we will get to a point where the cranium rats will be a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more foreboding. Nothing else in here. Alright, just a fight with cranium rats, as you wish. And, well,
Done.
time to enter the last
Alright.
area in here.
Done. Alright.
Hello there, Pharod. Time for a conversation. Before you is an elderly man leaning heavily upon a crutch. His left leg is twisted as if he tried to walk 2 directions at once and paid the price. His maggoty-colored skin is bunched heavily upon his skull and is flecked with liver spots. He's mumbling and smacking his lips as his eyes make a circuit of the room. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
Ah! The man's eyes light up and he hears your voice. 'Tisn't my steady crop of jink come to Pharod's waiting arms again. Greetings, corpse. He smiles a wicked grin. Have you come to ask Pharod for another jaunt into the mortuary walls? Yes, Pharod, I have returned. On the arrangement all in order. Sound as stone they are. My collector's done as you asked, to the word. It leans heavily against the crutch, causing it to creak dangerously. Not so much luck to be had with the bubble, however. Did you perchance know where it is below? Would be such a help, it would. Indulge me, Pharod. What did I ask your collectors to do again? No, that would give away that I don't know. No, tell me, what were you saying about a jaunt to the mortuary? Something in your tone, perhaps a slight uncertain vocalized pause, betrays you whatever it is that makes Pharod pause. For the light in his eyes dim, and he says you. Corpse? No? Yes? His eyes meets yours. Ah, no. Pharod? He studies you, mumbling slightly, as if his eyes flicker up and down your frame. 'Tisn't the Murmus Fair corpse. No time for games, no time for Pharod to play the wheel. What are you asking such questions for? Well, at least he has apparently a high sense motive skill. For people that play D&D, or and for people who don't, people knowledge. He can see right through our lives. Truth, I have forgotten myself and I was told to seek you out, that you would know something of me. Pharod licks his lips. They make a rasping sound like dry parchment on sand. Now who told you such a thing, corpse? Well, no one told me exactly. They were these tattoos on my back. They told me to seek you out, if I ever forgot myself. Ah, so little said, so much told. Pharod falls silent, and suddenly you have a feeling that Pharod is dissecting you, like a corpse on a mortuary slab. I know much, and you would know. Much, yes, much indeed. Pharod smiles slowly, the folds of flesh of his face peeling back like a curtain. What do you know of me? Pharod licks his lips, then settles himself upon his crutch like a vulture. No, not for free the question you ask. Spacey white hands step the edge of his crutch. Much I can tell you, but the telling has a cost. Go on, Pharod. Pharod taps the flagstone with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies beneath the rank. Bigger square, yes, we know of that already, actually. Chambers, vaults, corridors filled with the dead, all asleep in their coffins. Somewhere in these halls, somewhere here, lies something misplaced, something mine. What is it? A small thing, a trinket, such a trifle. Perhaps you called it a bubble before? As Pharod speaks, his words start echoing, as if 2 people were speaking. You know you've heard them before from your own lips. It's a sphere made of bronze. Ugly. Feels like an egg to the touch. And smells of rotten custard, am I right? Pharod falls deathly silent for a moment, then nods. Yes, how much do you hide from me, corpse? He chuckles. Did you return to see if I remember what it is I want? Do you know where the sphere is? Ah, Pharod sighs and like shifting sand. And why do you suppose I ask you to look for it, corpse? I do not know where it is. I know it is buried deep, far deeper than any village has ever gone. Pharod. It may be in the catacombs where the waters run deep, deep. Why don't you get one of your collectors to search for it? Because the corridors need no more dead from this village, Pharod. Strong, fast, clever. These are qualities my villagers do not have. They go below. They do not return. Pharod glances at you. Perhaps the dead will come their own, That is what I think, corpse. Very well, I'll do it, but I want to know what I'm buying with this trinket. There's a lot of knowing rattling around in my brain box, corpse. He hands up a withered finger. Well, then there's a bit of wisdom. Everybody wants something, whether they know it or not. There's much I know about you. Much that you would want to know. Very well. I will see about finding the sphere for you, in exchange for what you know. Not gonna threaten him with violence because, well, he seems to be set up a little bit like a king here of the collectors and a lot of enemies. And there's a lot of room here for people to pop out. Very well, a deal struck, a deal made. Pharod cracks his clutch sharply against the flagstones. A sphere for a peek inside my brain box. Now, corpse, there's no time to waste. Go to the gate at the south and east and tell these slumbering fools to open it for you. Make haste, make haste. Hold a moment. I had some other questions for you before I leave.
Updated my journal.
Then ask. Pharod smacks his crutch on the cobbles as a passing sentence. Come, come, corpse. Time is short and so is my patience. When you greeted me, you said something about taking me on a jaunt to the mortuary. What did you mean? You tell me, corpse. Perhaps the dusties that live there are more to your liking than some sweet-bosomed wench? Pharod taps his crutch at the floor. The clacking echoed throughout the court. Most forgiving of the dusties to let you stride in and out of there as you please, considering you don't have the decency to stay in the dead book. I want to get into the mortuary. Why?
Updated my journal.
Pharod scoffs, sorry. Corpse, you were so bent to get in there, now you spilled that you don't even know why you wanted in there in the first place? Sometimes it's a wonder why the planes turn. Never mind, I have another question. I've heard you found a wealth of bodies, Pharod. Where do they come from? Does a mage tell the secrets of his craft, so it is with a collector? Pharod frowns, studying you. Perhaps I will tell you, but you must promise that it is for your ears only. Lie! What ears for my ears only? I have 2 people wanting this. I have told them I would help you. And I told them I would never tell you of them. Guess I have to lie to someone.
Updated my journal.
Very well. Pharod taps the flagstone with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies buried beneath the Ragspear Square. We already know this. Chambers, vaults, corridors. Pharod gives the faintest of smiles. His eyes gleam like gold. Places, black as pitch, filled with weeping stones and the precious dead, all asleep in their coffins, sleeping. And where does all these dead come from? Pharod affixes you with a lopsided stare. Corpse, corpse. Everything dies. Life is so short, but death lasts for so very, very long. Many people, many deaths. His stare travels past you. Such a waste for the deaths to be useless to a dusty's arms, eh? What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
Pharod smiles greedily. Not all the dead that goes to the mortuary gate is fed to the furnace corpse. The dusties bury some of the dead in the city's bowels under the village. So near, so close is such a place. It would have been a fool not to see opportunities. So you rob the catacombs of the dead the dustman placed there, sell them back to the dustman, and they bury them again? Pharod nods, then chuckles slightly. The sound is like shifting sands. These catacombs are as deep as the dusty's pockets. and as deep as the greed of a man. Oh yes, Pharod sneers. And the greed of a man is something that shall always be counted on when naught else is left, eh? When I awoke in the mortuary, I was missing a journal. Do you know where it is? Pharod squints at you, the folds of his flesh coming down almost over his eyes. The journal you had when we spoke last. Has it lost itself? Pharod chuckles dryly. His eyes have not seen it. But keep them peeled, I will. I would love to read such a magnificent work. I almost wonder if you actually have it. Just doesn't want to tell me. So what is this piece? Pharod's eyes roll in the sockets, scanning across the ceilings, walls, and then the floors. This here is Illwind Court. Not the name of my choosing, thank you kindly. And the kip outside is scored is the buried village corpse. What is the buried village? Well, now there's a story. Pharod licks his lips again, then shrugs. But until true, the story bores me. The short of it is a piece of the hide that got bricked over one day. A piece of sigil got penned into that book. What do you mean? You know them floating goat hands and then serve the lady, then the booses. Well, no matter if you do or not, they all go around fixing, breaking, burying, building all the time. Do you follow? Yes, go on. Well, as the chant goes, and the dusty chant is too. And a dusty chant it is too, being so old. The Nabusas just damn well bricked over a section of the hive one day, and the old bodies just forgot about it. Dump a lot of trash on it, and soon nobody even knows it's here. Pharod smiles. Wicked, no? Piece of sigil, all forgotten. And how did you find it? Pharod tisks. I still have my eyes, corpse, and I still have my ears. And when you have enough sense to tie the two together, then find a dog of any matter is not as hard as some make it out to be. Pharod rubs his filthy cloak. Now, there was something else you wanted to pick my brain box about. You didn't come to hear about this raggle, did you? No, that's all I wish to know. Farewell. Well, and we have a continued quest. And several side quests from which, well, several, that might be a bit too hard, but we want Uri's knife. For Quint, we need to talk to some man that wear it down below as well.
Done.
So, down below we go. Deep, deep into the catacombs. Let's talk to Bar. Sounds like a debtor. You see a massive man. Human, sorry, dressed in cast-off patchwork clothing and reeking of old ale. He is truly huge. It's obvious he was chosen for this job for his brawn, not his brains. What do you want? Pharod gave me his leave to go down to the catacombs. I need you to open the gates. He swings open the gates, then get going, Burke. Don't waste our time. Well, I got a question first. The gate's not locked right now, so there's no need to bother me. Oh, well.
I'm gone.
Want to ask you about Grim. Oh! No, you don't. Get over here. Yeah! You may want to flee, but you don't get away from the taunt. I think it's time for some good old grave digging, eh?
Sure, why not?
We should have taken a rest before we went in here, I just realized. I know there is a lot of stuff you can get from here. Yeah, there's a lot of things we can see. Oh! This corpse is fairly fresh within the last couple of weeks or so. Anyway, a large part of it have been gnawed away by rat teeth. The forehead skin of the corpse looks like someone really brained this poor sod. He nudges with your toe and flops around bonelessly. Nothing useful here. Oh, more rats.
Slattern.
Whoa! And there are enough greedy rats apparently to fire a lightning bolt at me. That is quite painful smell, as you can see. We need to take down these rats a notch right now. I apparently just don't see all of them.
I'm gone.
Go! Yeah, that is swarm, I think.
Endure.
Which means we have damage over time spell. Yep, we do.
I'm gone.
I think I'm gonna die here.
I'm gone.
But that is actually what I want to show for once. Because we haven't yet. And, well, I already said we are an amnesiac immortal. Ooh, even Dakon is really badly hurt. I think he needs some lovin'. Because Dakon does die. He is not like us. So use all the bandages that we have, Dakon. They are yours to use.
All right.
Ow! That was painful, as you can see. How much HP do we have left? 2. Woo! Almost MLG-like with 1 HP killing all of your enemies, but well, we just had 1 more HP than that. Then again, that may have healed up. I didn't look at it, but yeah. Then are cranium rats for you. When well, you do not get all of them crushed before they start spell casting. They can be dangerous, quite dangerous. These skeletons don't appear to have been hurled into sarcophagi. Yes.
I'm gone.
I should be careful because the first thing an antler
All right.
acts. If I remember correctly, these things, oh, they kind of suck. Yeah, primitive cultures use parts of animals as weapons. This is an axe weapon. It's a cool idea, but
I'm
they
gone.
come too late in the game. Ooh, there we have the ghoulies. I think they are immune to my litany of curses. Yes, they are.
Done.
Okay.
Which means a little bit of a problem, because that means the nameless one can get a lot of focus. And I can't really afford that, seeing how weak I am.
Done.
Get in now that the aggro has been pulled. There we go. No. Oh well. It redirected its attacks anyway. Ooh, we are really hurt. That's not good. And in this case, in this game, it can actually be more fun to die. Because, well, hey, you get all your HP restored. That's 1. And there are some more interesting things about it. So, let's go down here. Blood smears leading to the largest coffin. Well, these are intricate. Despite the age of the script, these coffins appear to be in near perfect condition. The script on the wall is in a long dead language. It appears to show the life progress of the inhabitants of this tomb.
I'm gone.
Oh! We opened a portal by opening that. Whoa! These are some special type of ghouls. They, well, oh, Dakan also got critically hit.
Die.
Dang, buddy! They hit like a brick house. Submerge the will. I should have casted that before. Give Mort some strength.
What's up, Chief?
And there we go. And then let's do Rain of Anger. Oh!
Another trip to the mortuary. You know, Chief, you snore really loud.
Done.
I snore when I'm dead, more than. Oh, I don't think so. But as you can see, full health. No issue. None whatsoever. Let's finish off the deed.
I feel
Really?
stronger.
The reason why you actually tend to take a rest in this game is in order to recover your spells and let your companions heal up, because as you can see, Dakan did not do well in that fight. And those bandages, well, they just actually gave us a little bit of respite for him, just so that he could fight on a little longer, but that was just about it. Oh, some good holes here, at least. This is a magical dagger, I just recognize it, sorry, but I have not yet cheated you and told you exactly what it does. And I won't. And that is something for you to find out later, eh? Oh, that's the wrong person. Yeah, you have 4 HP left. A Heart Charm. 27 hit points, reduces fatigue, 10% slashing and piercing attacks resistance. Not bad, not bad. But let's talk to this guy. Because we can. And that's the last thing we will do in this episode. This is Grizz. Oh yeah, it says, I called him Grim, I think, but it is Grizz. This is the corpse of a man with a surprised look on his big-nosed face. It's hard to tell how he died, whether from the numerous horrific slashes and wounds across his abdomen and throat, or from the blast occurred when his right arm was nearly severed from his shoulder. That's a bad way to go. If I could talk to him, he'd surely have a tell to tell. Oh! Dangnabbit, we can't talk to that yet. I'm a silly, I can raise that, I can talk to that if I have unlocked a certain ability. But I haven't done so yet. Whoops, I just gave something away, that is unfortunate. But yes, at a certain point we can talk to the dead as well, and we kinda cannot do so. So we went in here for nothing, we died in here for nothing, and Dakan is nearly dead for nothing. I think I'm going to try and rest in these catacombs, see if I can do so, and return when, well, our party is a little bit more ready to go out. I'll say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.